Prepare to experience the strongest radio allowable by law. Secrets will be revealed. Myths dispelled. From the studio gym where excuses never apply, it's Superhuman Radio with your host, Carl Lenore.
This is Science for Humans with Dr. Jeff Galini.
Dr. J, you and I will be training in a couple weeks, huh?
I can't wait. Boy, it's going to be fun.
Elise is going to be with us. I got to tell you something. She's strong.
Oh, no.
She's going to be training with us.
That's right. I got a couple tricks to get ready for the workout, so.
Good. You heard what I just said. It's true. There are a lot of people out there that have amazing ideas for supplements. They know that they're great ideas, but they just don't know how to get started. Isn't it as simple as reaching out to All American Pharmaceuticals?
Yeah, absolutely. How many people do you know that say, man, I had that idea, and now Nike's doing it, or Joe Weider did it. No, that's the thing. Some people just, dream about their dreams, and other people like to live them. But, yeah, if you've got a supplement idea and, you have some money, it's a business.
Right.
Give me a call. That's what we do is I'll take that idea and I will turn it into reality.
And then you can develop your own website and sell your own supplement and be a proud part of this wonderful industry. So, actually, we're flipping the tables today, and Dr. J is going to interview me.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. You and I both know that we're loving Thrive protein, and really, you are Thrive. I took your idea, which we'll talk about, and brought it to market, but I thought, man, you are the guy behind it. 2012 is when, or probably earlier is when this started to
materialize. Yeah, it was 2000. So what happened was I started to. I'll never forget it. I have these epiphanies from time to time, just like I did with Primal D, laying on the beach in Mexico, and I had this thought. I was reading a study about infant formula for an upcoming interview, and it was comparing, infant formula to breast milk, and so then I started looking for some research of breast milk, and I have to thank Adel Musa. In Germany, because I was communicating with him about this, and he sent me a schwack of good studies about the components found in human breast milk. And when I started to read it, it dawned on me that this is the only thing made in nature to actually be food for humans. Eggs were not put here to be food for humans. Broccoli was not put here to be food for humans. We have adapted those to be food. The only thing that's created in nature to be food for humans is breast milk. And I started to think about that. And I looked at the ratios of whey and casein and colostrum and peptides and certain micronutrients and vitamins and enzymes. And I thought, this is the blueprint for the perfect protein supplement, and everybody's ignoring it. Everybody's stripping everything out. Oh, well, we're just going to give you whey concentrate, whey isolate, casein hydrolysate. It's like, why are we doing that if we have the blueprint that causes babies to grow more muscle, more tissue accrual, bigger brains, better health, improved immune system right here? Why are we ignoring that?
Well, and kind of the answer to that question is, a lot of times in the supplement industry, it's just about putting a product out there and cheapening it down. So you try to fit in that category. It's not exactly absorbable or exactly perfect, and that's really what has happened. When you look at what you did, you knew what was going to be the perfect formula, and no one was doing it. And you said, why? Well, because
we found out why.
Exactly.
And here's why. So I wrote down the original formula for Thriv Advanced without the sweetener in it. Now, keep in mind, I didn't put any sweeteners in it. But the original formula, which is 90% of the components that exist in it today, September 4th, 2012, and I even gave it a name. I was going to call it Vitalac Pro because in Latin, vita is life, lac is for lactose, which is actually derived from the Latin word for milk, and pro for protein. And I didn't really like the name, but I thought, okay, this is sophisticated enough for this sophisticated of a protein powder. Then the journey started. I started contacting contract manufacturers. I'm not going to name names here, but these are contract manufacturers who manufacture supplements that people in this audience are probably buying right now under different brand names. And everybody wanted to change my formula. No, you've got to put Ace K in it. No, you've got to put sucralose in it. No, you've got to put thickeners in it. No, and it was like, nah, what do you want grass-fed whey? Well, no, you're never going to find low-heat pasteurized dairy. And it was like everybody was creating obstacles for me. And that's why from 2012 until Dr. Jeff came into the show's life and my life, I didn't have anybody who said, let me see how I can do this for you. Everybody wanted me to accept what they were already putting out there to everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, that's really why I even got into this industry, Carl, because I didn't like what was available for me personally to use when I was into bodybuilding. I was just tired of going someplace and going, this is what I have to buy because this is all you have? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
You know, somebody's got to be innovated. And, you know, the other thing, too, is, you know, a lot of the proteins coming into the country are from outside of the country.
Yes.
I mean, you know, come on. You know, we got the great dairy system in this beautiful country. Let's use milk from our own cows.
Yes.
You know, I don't want milk from China or from New Zealand or Germany or any other place. You know what I mean?
And it's no knock on them. It's no knock on them. But the reason, like, I'm going to drop some names: Glambia, Fonterra. These are the biggest protein suppliers in the world today. They really are the dairy protein companies in the world today. And most of them bring their products in from, as you point out, New Zealand, Ireland, other countries. Now, I'm not saying that those countries, because it's coming in from other countries, is inherently bad. But why not patronize American farmers?
Well, yeah, I mean, come on, you know, the old saying, buy American and Americans work. I mean, you know, our hardworking farms, we're going to send this business overseas if we don't support our local agriculture.
Right.
And, you know, you read the things in Japan where they rub the cows and all that stuff. Come on, that's a bunch of hype. I mean, our farmers probably take some of the best care of our cows as anyone in the world. I mean, you know, they're sitting out in beautiful pastures in Wisconsin. I mean, you know, sunshine, great food. I mean, you know, that's how you get good milk.
Now we
Happy
must.
cow, right?
Yes, absolutely. Happy cows living on pastures. That's what's required for Thriv Advanced, because we didn't want dairy from cows that are raised in confinement, in CAFOs. So it's important to understand there are cows out there that aren't healthy, that aren't raised right, but that's not where we're getting our dairy from. One of the reasons, when I went to Dr. Jeff and I said, I want grass-fed, low-heat pasteurized, I'd never forget it. You said, I know just where to get it. Everybody else told me, nah, forget about it. You're not going to find it. You can't find low-heat pasteurized. Forget about that. You were the only one that said, I know where to get it, because you had connections to local farmers where you could ask for things. You can't ask a farmer in New Zealand that's selling his dairy to this big consolidator. Hey, we want this. One guy wants 600 pounds of grass-fed whey and grass-fed whole milk concentrate and colostrum and low-heat pasture. They can't do that for you. They can't. They're not responsive. They can't do it.
No, and you know, the reason I was going to say why the cows are happy is because the farmers here in America are happy. I mean, have you ever met a farmer that was unhappy?
No, they're hard workers, that's for sure.
They are. They love what they do. They're normally, you know, second or third generation. There aren't a whole lot of first generation farmers anymore, or, you know, cattle ranchers. I know a guy here that he owns the Billings Wolves, and he stock feeds, he feeds about 800 heads of cattle. He grows all the grains himself to feed people's cattle, and he's the happiest guy. And I thought, you know, I'll bet his cows are happy.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But that's the cool thing, I think, when you brought this project to me, is that you had a vision of what you wanted. You had a blueprint. And, you know, I don't try to persuade, you know, folks to do something that that I think is right or that everyone else. It's about listening to you and designing what you want. That's what makes it different. And, one of the things I think that people forget about is this just wasn't, hey, here's an idea. Okay, good. Thrive.
Right.
I mean, you spent a lot of time. I mean, since 2012, that's over 3 years.
Yeah, it is. It's September to September of 2015 was 3 years, so it's over 3 years.
I mean, that's research and development. Part of research and development is research, researching what you want, why you want it, and putting it together. So I think it's pretty exciting, when you first introduced this project to me, and you remember we were sitting, probably having some steak.
Yes, and you smiled when I told you about it. You actually, you didn't go, oh God, this guy wants this obscure idea.
Exactly. I've been thinking about, I wanted something personally that I could use. This is great. Remember we said, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
I'll get it figured out. And I remember you said, before you told me what you wanted in it, you told me what you didn't want in it.
Right.
And that's what I really liked about it, is you went down and said no artificial flavors, no colors, no artificial sweeteners.
No emulsifiers, no thickeners of any type, no xanthan gum.
We're not spiking with amino acids, I want to list them on the label, not that we do that anyhow, but I mean, you laid out exactly what your blueprint was, and I was like, man, you got this whole thing lined out. You gave me the DNA to what we wanted to bring to market. That's really exciting.
But there was so many things that you provided that no one else provided. So, number one, you provided a fertile territory for me to come in and say, this is what I want, and you never discouraged me on anything. The second thing was, everybody wanted me to use fish oil powder. Now, fish oil powder at best is 45% omega-3s by weight. So it's already reduced from raw fish oil, because you can get raw fish oil 80 to 85% omega-3s by weight. And then the other thing was, when I learned about how they make fish oil powder, I had to believe that it's being denatured. We talk about fish oil sitting out in the warm, instead of in the refrigerator, becomes rancid. And then when I looked at how they made fish oil powder, I thought, they're turning it into rancid powder. That's what they're doing.
They're putting it on a carrier, which is probably non-GMO. So, you're getting this, this GMO carrier. Things do go rancid. A lot of the stuff is destroyed. Okay, you're still going to get, the DHA and the omegas that you're looking for, but everything else that's in fish oil that is also beneficial. It isn't just those specific chemicals that you're looking from. You really do lose. So, again, when you said fish oil, I'm like, okay. And you're like, can you make it taste good? I go, yeah, I got the perfect fish oil that's very mild because of the fish that it comes from. Fish, Carl, should not smell like fish.
No, that's right.
It smells like fish when it's bad. So why should fish oil smell like fish?
That's the truth. And you even
when it's red, it stinks.
You even said to me, we're going to put the fish oil into the protein powder in its original state. And I thought to myself, how are you going to do that? It's going to be oily. It's going to be stinky. It's going to be clumpy. And instead, because you smiled, I'll never forget that. You said, we have a way to do it. And one of the biggest compliments I get about this product all the time is it doesn't look like any other protein powder ever. It's fluffy. It's moist looking. And it smells great. And I thought, son of a gun, that's something we could not have done without you.
No, this is a special process that I developed probably about 15 years ago. And, we have customized equipment that we built that I'm able to, as I say, infuse these oils into the protein. It's really complex, but what you get is what people like about Thriv. And that's how I like my powder. I like it to be fluffy, moist looking. I like it to smell good. I don't like it all dried out and, gritty and grainy and doesn't mix well. I mean, boy, you literally put this in a shaver cup, one shake, and it's mixed up.
I know. I have somebody who compared it to a variety of the protein powders that he has, and he put half the amount of water required on our label that it says, how to mix it, and he shook it once, he said, and it was gone.
Well, I know you probably got a break coming up, but I wanted to talk when we get back about kind of the macros. What is Thriv?
Okay, let's do that. And also, we're getting amazing responses from people about how they love Thriv and what it's doing for them. We'll cover that too. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Science for Humans. How to properly use carbohydrates to ignite your performance in the field and in the gym? You will now, thanks to this free book by EFX Sports. The Carb User's Guide for Maximum Performance reveals why omitting carbohydrates from your diet can totally crush your gains. Ever wonder how many grams you need for your specific sport? Not anymore. We give you the critical number you need to dominate your competition. You'll even discover the super carb that's taking the athletic world by storm. You must try it to believe it. Go to getcarbolin.com/carb guide today and get your copy absolutely free. Once again, it's getkarbolin.com/CARBGUIDE.
MadeByHemp.com sells the highest quality products derived from industrial hemp, raw oils high in CBD, tinctures, and salves. You can also get fashionable apparel made from industrial hemp at MadeByHemp.com. CBD is a constituent of industrial hemp that has no psychoactive properties, but has been shown to provide a variety of health benefits. Go to MadeByHemp.com today and take a look at all of our amazing products. Use the coupon code SHR to save 25% off your entire order. MadeByHemp.com, your one-stop shop for all things hemp on the web. The category killer is back. Mass Pro Synthogen, with results literally from workout one. You'll recover like you're a teenager again. If you've been pouring your heart out in the gym with little to nothing to show for it, you owe it to yourself to see the performance-enhancing and cosmetic effects it can make almost immediately. One user said, "I wish I could have tried it sooner. I just ordered 2 more bottles." And another, "The overall single best bodybuilding supplement I have personally ever used." Visit CoachRobRegish.com or PredatorNutrition.com to learn more today. Mass Pro Synthogen. When you train with it, you'll gain with it.
Hey, this is Carl. Start your day just like I do with a high-dose lipospheric vitamin C from Live On Labs. You too can benefit from Live On Labs' lipospheric delivery system. No more pills or powders. That's outdated technology. Live On Labs has the world's most efficient vitamin delivery system, period. Learn a lot more today at liveonlabs.com and benefit from their new reduced pricing. That's liveonlabs.com, Livon labs.com. Prime Nutrition is proud to present Max HP, their most scientifically formulated pre-workout supplement to date. Now available in 2 great tasting flavors, tropic fruit and raspberry. Max HP is the most ultra-premium pre-workout available and is made without any artificial colors, flavors, or dye. Increasing blood flow to heighten anabolic activity, Max HP is designed to meet the heightened metabolic needs of high-performance athletes. Visit PrimeNutrition.com and use coupon code SuperhumanRadio to receive 20% off of your entire order. Go to PrimeNutrition.com today.
Too much on your mind to fall asleep? Oh, no. It happens to all of us every now and then. Instead of counting sheep, count Sleep Factors, a naturopathic formulated blend that supports falling asleep naturally. No medicated numbing, no harsh interruptions of your body's natural flow. Sleep Factors work in harmony with your body and its natural rhythms, so sleep just happens naturally. Sleep Factors by Michael's Naturopathic Programs. You can find Sleep Factors and Michael's entire line of body-loving naturopathic formulations at your local health food store or online at michaelshealth.com. Practitioner formulated, practitioner approved.
Eat dessert again with the new 100% natural line of high-protein, low-carb Quest protein bars. I love lemon cream pie and strawberry cheesecake, but you can choose from chocolate peanut butter, coconut cashew, or cinnamon roll as well. No matter which one you try, you'll feel like you're eating dessert. But this is no ordinary dessert. With 20 grams of high-quality whey protein isolate, 17 grams of prebiotic fiber, and sweetened with stevia, these bars will make you feel like you're cheating, but you're not. Go to superhumanradio.com and click the Quest Protein Bar banner ad to learn more about these clean and delicious protein bars.
You're listening to the Superhuman Channel. We're ripped and we're ready.
Welcome back to Science for Humans with Dr. Jeff Galini and myself. We're talking about Thriv Advanced, the protein powder that was over 3 years in development and brought to reality by All American Pharmaceuticals, the single best company in the world if you're thinking about getting into the supplement business yourself. I'm telling you, Standards that are unparalleled by anybody else out there, and a can-do, we will get it done attitude that no one else displays because everybody else wants you to just buy what they already have. Okay, with that being said, you want to talk about the macronutrients and stuff, right?
Yeah, kind of what's in it. You know, one of the things that I think people will be impressed about when they see the label is there's no proprietary blends. I mean, everything is laid out right to the amount of digestive enzymes, fish oils. You know, I think, again, that's what you wanted to present was
transparency.
Very transparency,
yeah.
you know. So, protein. What's our protein content on that?
22, there's 22 grams of protein, but then there's also essential amino acids added to that, which brings the total leucine content in a single scoop up to 3.6 grams, which is critical when we talk about mTOR and tissue accrual.
Absolutely, and you know, leucine is essential for protein assimilation. And again, you know, that 22 grams is pure protein. And what you got to remember is there is no such thing as 100% protein. You know, proteins come in different percents. So when we say 22 grams, that doesn't mean there's 22 grams of whey protein. There's 30 grams, you know, however much whey protein it takes to give actual elemental protein.
Right.
So I think, again, really important.
And when you talk about assimilation, the protease enzymes help in digesting the protein. The 350 million CFUs of a beautiful probiotic blend also help in digesting the protein. And we get, if I had $1 just for every person who emailed me and said, I was told I was lactose intolerant, I was told I was allergic to whey protein, and I'm loving Thriv. It doesn't cause my throat to close up. It doesn't cause my nose to get stuffy. It doesn't give me GI problems. And I email them back and I say, see, it wasn't you. It was the protein you were using. Yeah,
you know, it's funny because everyone wants to push you're lactose intolerant, go buy some lactase enzymes, but it's really the quality of the protein and that you can't digest it, you know, and I think that's one of the reasons why you added the probiotics and the digestive enzymes to basically help people further digest and assimilate.
They help the baby digest and assimilate mother's milk, so it made perfect sense.
You know, and I think that's what I think is so exciting as you kind of started out is that, you know, our bodies weren't designed to eat the things we eat.
No.
And when you really go back and look at, you know, how things started, you know, this is perfect. Now, fat, you got 2 grams of fat, which, again, that's important.
But we didn't want to go overboard on the fat because people like to get their healthy fats elsewhere. There's a lot more fat in mother's milk, but I didn't feel it was essential to add that fat to this product.
And I think one of the things I'm even more excited about, I'm excited about the product, but, you know, as a formulator, remember you and I sat down and you said, I don't want any type of artificial sweeteners. We're going to develop a new sweetener. And I thought, yeah, we are.
Well, and we were in the car and I said to you, have you ever used glycine to sweeten anything? And you looked at me, you said, you know, I haven't, but I remember when we used to taste lysine, it does taste sweet. I said, you know, I got a feeling that if we took lysine and added some stevia and some other natural sweeteners, we could create the sugar taste. And you did it. You used monk fruit, you used just a touch of erythritol, just a touch, some stevia and glycine, and everybody says the stuff tastes great. So you see, it can be done. You don't have to.
And that took a little bit of work, you know,
yes,
kind of developing that whole sweetness blend.
Yeah. But what the point I wanted to make was, so many people out there say, no, you've got to use sucralose, you've got to use Ace K if you want it to taste good. No, you don't.
No, I mean, if you want it to taste like Coca-Cola, yeah, you need to use all those things. But again, we weren't trying to develop something that was like anybody else. This was geared toward, you know, being natural. And even the flavoring, you know, the flavorings are all natural. They're not synthetic. They're not artificial.
And the other thing, and we don't have a lot of time, but the other thing I want to point out here is the cost of making this product. Dr. J, you make a lot of products. You've made a lot of products over the years. How does the cost of this product, producing this product, compare to some of the other products that you know are out there in the world for a pound of by cost? I mean, this is a very expensive product to produce, isn't it?
Well, it is, and we didn't design it like most people put me on a budget, and they say I need a protein and I need it for $5. So when you're on a budget, you're limited, but that isn't what we did here. So yeah, it does cost more, but so does quality. I mean, that's why when you open this, when you smell it, when you taste it and you try it, it works. As you and I were talking about, my strength is going up.
Right.
Crazy, and I haven't done anything else but started using this. I haven't changed anything else I've done.
And this is why this discussion has to happen. So how do you use Thriv? Here's how you use it. Thriv is not designed to be a commodity protein powder to make it easy for you to hit your daily protein requirements because you don't have the time to prep your food, so you just want to drink 360-gram shaker bottles full of protein throughout the day. That's not what Thriv is for. If that's what you want, buy a commodity protein powder. Thriv is designed to use pre, intra, and post workout. When the window of opportunity for tissue accrual and recovery is most critical, that's when you want Thriv. So that's when you use it. And if you're just using it that way, it's not expensive at all.
No, and, I like to start my morning out with it. I put it into my oatmeal, flavors the oatmeal. But,
right.
Again, it kicks me off because I don't do caffeine. So this is perfect for me. Why don't we tell people where they can get it at?
The website is Thriv Protein, THRIV protein.com. The coupon code you could always use is Thrive Life, THRIVLIFE, one word. And you get 50% off your order. Try it, and I promise you, you will fall in love with this product. Not only does it taste great, not only is it easy on your stomach, but you'll start to see changes in your body within a couple weeks of using it. Everybody tells me this. And so either they're lying to me to make me feel good. Meanwhile, they buy a bottle, and then they come back and they buy a case. What does that tell you?
Well, and the first run is gone. I mean, we thought that would last 3 months, and it only lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah, isn't that something?
And it was really word of mouth. The first people who got theirs, again, telling others about how great it is. So again, we want to hear your feedback. We want to hear your success stories about, what this product has done, how you like it. It's just the first of many ideas to come. I'll just kind of tease with that.
And I have to thank you for helping me make this a reality.
You're welcome, my friend. It's fun, and thank you for taking an idea and not just sitting on it.
Yes, and that's the message to the rest of you. If you have an idea for a supplement, you have a little scratch to throw behind it, get in touch with All American Pharmaceuticals and make your dreams come true. Dr. J, thanks for being here today, brother.
Thank you much. Take care, and we'll catch you in a couple weeks. Okay.